Welcome. I'm Carol Singer Neuvelt, Executive Director of NAEM, the National Association for Environment, Health and Safety and Sustainability Management. We're here today speaking with Marjorie Moore. Marjorie is the entrepreneur and founder of ESI. She's also the chief visionary at the organization. We're here to talk about the recent acquisition of ESI to Intellex. Marjorie has spent a lifetime creating technology solutions for translating compliance requirements into actionable data for customers. So it's my great privilege to have a conversation with Marjorie. Welcome, Marjorie.
Wonderful to be here, Carol.
So tell us a little bit about ESI. What does it do?
Thank you, Carol, and thank you for having me here today. EHSAI or ESI goes either way. We're an AI platform, so natural language processing. And what it does is it reduces the administrative burden that many companies are under when they try to manually deconstruct key compliance documents like permits, regs, standards, applications, consent decrees, and the list goes on. Right now, people do that manually. It's called hand bombing. It's just a manual data transfer task, and we take the work out of that. So you can just review our output. So you can go from permit to requirement and action within minutes versus weeks or days.
So tell us a little bit more. How did you come up with the vision to create this company?
Thank you, Carol. It's been quite a journey. As you know, I was with Bloomberg BNA previous to creating this company with Greg Gasparez, and I had heard about this problem for many years. Wonderful to have regulations from around the world, but I really don't want to read them. Can you just tell me what I need to do? I thought at that point in 2017 that NLP and machine learning were getting to the applied stage, and we could use it for this problem. So I funded with my own money the POC in 2018 to see if it would work, and it did. And we quickly expanded from regulations to permits and now are doing many, many different compliance doc types. It's been quite a journey. Starting a startup as a woman in AI, and NAM has been critical to that ecosystem and partnership, and just this organization I've been part of for 30 years, 20 years, sorry, has just been critical. I also took the traditional startup path by joining an incubator called Spring, a social impact incubator where new CEOs of startups go to learn how to create a startup from scratch.
That's an amazing journey, Marjorie. But before we go down the path some more about AI, I'd like to back up. Tell me what you see in the marketplace now and really why what you see in the marketplace caused you to know that this technology would be a solution to the problems at hand.
From my tenure at Bloomberg BNA, we just heard from so many users that they loved the regulatory content, but just didn't have the time to read it. Could they just be told what to do? And so I started with developing the proof of concept to deal with regulations, and we quickly went into permits. Permits being just a really unwieldy document. Every single permit's different formatting, syntax, the numbering system's off. And we cracked that nut with the platform, and we've gone multilingual. It's just a requirement to be able to deconstruct and understand compliance obligations, not just in North America, but around the world. As global regulations, and now with the Biden administration, we're going to see a plethora of environmental health and safety regulations come on the docket, and companies are going to need more ways to be able to absorb them, understand them, and enact them. And that's what ESI does.
AI certainly is a buzzword. So tell me, why is AI transformational to the EHS professional?
Great question, Carol. And AI is a buzzword, and I try to make sure people know that we're using machine learning and the subset of that natural language processing, a very specific use case to help transform the current workflows of EHS professionals. Right now, it can be a multi-person step to go from permit to task and then tracking that task, and it's a lot of manual data transfer. It's maybe a lot of people looking at the same document, interpreting it differently. And what our platform does, what ESI does, based on years and years of training the models, is automatically looks at the document, builds a tree, builds all the citations, all the relationships between the citations, and then provides a succinct output of all the compliance recommendations or requirements. It's been curated for the EHS professional. This is, as I might have said earlier, a mundane data transfer type of task. It's often called hand bombing in the industry or fork in the eye. Nobody likes to do it. Nobody went to engineering school to sit in front of a permit for 4 days and deconstruct it. We take it, we deconstruct it, we provide it in a reviewable format so a professional can quickly get onto the analysis and the work that they should be doing.
So I'd like to hear more about the journey and what it's like to be really starting a company as a female entrepreneur. Tell me about that experience.
Well, it has not been easy. I'll put it that way. It's never easy being a woman CEO, and certainly not in the AI industry. It is definitely a bit of a bro culture, and we're in a very progressive city in Vancouver. But there has been an amazing amount of support also through organizations like Spring that we were a part of, and the Women's CEO group that I was a part of, the Women That Code, and many other organizations to promote women. And then plus with a push for investment in women-led IT companies, that really helped as well prior to the pandemic. Raising money was probably the number one hardest thing I had to do. I probably did 100 pitches to hundreds of people, was told no many times, and you just have to work extra hard to get those dollars behind you as a woman. It just is a fact. So I had to work extra hard to get there, but we did get there, and having years of experience in the field and able to articulate the pain points so clearly and show such a simple, elegant solution also spoke for itself. But that was super hard, but I definitely relied on organizations like NAM, which I've been a part of for many years, and the women there. A lot of women had helped me, took my calls, looked at our proof of concept, and continued to support us and support me, and that really helped a lot.
I was really pleased to know that you used NAM's tech conference to launch ESI. Why did you choose to do that?
Oh, for many reasons, for many of the reasons I just spoke of a moment ago in the last question, but launching ESI in the 2019 Innovation Conference was the best place to get to the people who had first heard about it or us already and could be kind of promoters of the technology and then talk with us at our booth within that wonderful conference with hundreds of people to get to know our software. Just being able to walk up and down the aisles and see our booth and see AI and people to go, wow, what's AI and what are you doing in it? It's a very generic name of the company, but it helped get attention. And just having that ecosystem of folks that I've known for so long and the support and hard questions and also really compelling questions of where the product could go was critical for us to understand what the next phase of development was after that 2019 launch. So it was great to be there.
Well, that's certainly exciting to us and exciting to you since you just launched recently. And within a year, you've been purchased by Intellect. So tell us more about that opportunity.
Yes, it's been a very busy fall 2020 with the acquisition by Intellex and with Fortive. It was a compelling offer, and the company itself was compelling. Knowing that my R&D team, my machine learning PhDs, could work with the Fort, it's an AI lab at Fortive, was extremely compelling. And also being able to get ESI in front of 20 plus opcos was also incredible. Plus, of course, just the seamless integration with Intellex, being able to populate their modules in minutes versus days or weeks. And we're really excited to be able to get that integration going over the next few months. Also, I've known quite a few people at Intellex for a long time. I've worked with them in the past, and there was just a level of trust that I could establish immediately and bring to our team. So it's just been an incredible partnership to date. And we're really looking forward to the future with them.
So tell me now that ESI has been purchased by Intellect and you've taken this technology to its position, where's the next step? Where are you going in the future? How are you positioning ESI, your technology, and what do you see in the marketplace?
Well, my first goal was to get this product into the hands of as many EHS professionals as possible. And with this acquisition, and especially with the overall being part of the overall Fortive family, we can get ESI into the hands of people who need it immediately now. The world's getting more complex. There's more regulations on the horizon. There's now ESG on the docket that has to be done. So professionals need a way to get through and move through this information and unlock the data they have locked up in these documents. So we're really happy for the partnership to provide that opportunity for us and also to go beyond EHS. That is where we want to go with the platform. It's a fully multilingual platform, has a generalized parser so we can read horrible documents like permits and forms and others. We're really excited to see where else we can go beyond EHS, or at least in adjacent markets like chemicals or transportation, etc. Also, with the multilingual platform, we can quickly develop new use cases and new doc types globally that are also areas that are causing heartburn or bottlenecks in workflows. We want to penetrate those, find out what other doc types and information that we can operationalize and digitize and go with that. So we've got big plans. I would also like to see us rethink the way that environmental compliance is managed from the ground up, right from how regulations are promulgated. With 16 years at Bloomberg, kind of really understanding how long it takes a regulation to get out the door, I believe with new tools like AI, with ESI, with biomimicry, we can look at a better way to promulgate environmental regulations and get them in the hands of professionals and start seeing the impacts sooner, because often it takes years, if not decades, to get real impacts from those regulations. And we need to move much faster with climate change happening right now.
NAM's Women's Leadership Roundtable is around the corner. Marjorie, you've attended since its inception. Tell me, why is this such a great event?
I love this conference. I've been to a couple of them and I can't wait to get to the one this year. And I just think it's really important that our wonderful tribe we've all created can actually stand on stage and talk about our experiences and then attract new members and women to NAM. It's a wonderful forum to talk about the challenges we face, what we've built, what we need to do, what we need in the future. And there's just so many wonderful programs, including health and wellness, great food. I guess we can't do that in person anymore, but virtually we'll actually probably get to spend more time one-on-one with each other, which is super important. So it's the sharing of those stories and kind of the deepening of the relationships that we've all created through NAM that makes it so valuable to attend.
Thank you, Marjorie, for such a wonderful conversation. You certainly demonstrated that you are, in fact, a visionary. I am always amazed at your focus and your drive and your commitment to advancing environment, health, and safety and sustainability. I can't wait to see what ESI and Intellects do together.
Thank you, Carol. I'm very excited for the future and also very excited to continue the relationship with NAM. And I think it's a very bright future for all of us. So thanks again for having me here today.